Yo, what is up, y'all? It's Cone back here again tonight with another video. I just wrapped up my NBA draft live stream, which was like 3.5 hours long, so my voice probably sounds terrible right now, but the Oklahoma City Thunder just won the NBA draft. Am I biased? Absolutely. But also, am I right? Yes. The Thunder had an incredible draft, starting off with the second overall pick in Chet Holmgren. Chet, for me, has been the number one guy the whole draft process. Also crazy that Paolo went number one. I'm going to make a couple videos breaking down the whole draft over the course of the next couple days, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see those. But for real, Chet Holmgren has been my guy. He fits this team so well, and he is such an incredible player too. He also wanted to be here, which is super cool that prospects are recognizing what OKC is doing and how special this core is going to be. Chet Holmgren adds a lot of great defensive versatility, which is a theme you will see in this draft over the course of the 4 picks that we made, which now adds up to like 20 guys on the roster. So some guys are definitely going to get cut, but we'll get to that later. Right now, Chet Holmgren, he can either play the 4 or the 5. He's the best paint defender in the class, in my opinion. He has Defensive Player of the Year upside. He can space the floor. He doesn't really need the ball in his hands, but even when he does have it, he has guard-like skills as a 7-footer. Chet is special. When you talk about unicorns, Chet is a unicorn. Crazy length, great defensive instincts. People that are worried about his frame, it's not going to matter. Chet, it has such a high defensive IQ. The frame's not going to matter. He's going to bulk up in due time, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be a cornerstone and now forms an incredible, one of the best, if not the best, young big threes in the league in Chet, Giddey, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 3 guys who are incredible players, and now you put together a defensive duo of him alongside Lou Dort, who are going to really lock people up, and it feels like the Thunder are starting to build a potential defensive juggernaut. Chet, like I said, is another guy who can handle the ball, which continues to seem like one of Sam Presti's strategies, is bringing in a lot of really versatile guys that can create shots for others as well as themselves, and it's super fun. I love Chet as the pick. He's going to be phenomenal. He wants to be here. He loves the city already. He's been talking a lot about it, and in interviews after the draft process, talked about how excited he is to be part of the Thunder, and I am super ecstatic. I'm about to go order a Chet jersey or a shirt or something the second this video cuts off. I'm excited. He was the guy for me. The fact that we got him at 2 is incredible. Super stoked about Chet. And then we had pick 12, and for a while it kind of seemed like, oh, maybe we'll trade up, but ultimately it kept going towards pick 12, and eventually we rested at the Knicks at pick 11, who they took Ousmane Dieng, who is a really fun and exciting guy with a ton of upside. But then it all of a sudden came out that the Thunder were trading for that pick, and so me and many others, I'm sure, thought, oh, okay, so we traded 12 as well as maybe like a future pick to go up and move up 1 spot to get Dieng at 11 from the New York Knicks. I guess maybe they liked him a lot. Sure, it's interesting. But then we found out that no, we didn't have to give up pick 12 at all. We gave up 3 conditionally protected, lottery protected first round picks in next year's draft, which aren't even ours. A Pistons, a Nuggets, and a Wizards pick that probably aren't going to be that good anyways, because they're all like lottery protected. So we gave up not much, 3 of our billion first round picks to come up and not only add a great player in Ousmane Dieng, but also another lottery pick. Like, it's an incredible deal from Sam Presti. And when people talk about, oh, what is Sam Presti going to do with all these picks? This is a great example. We saw a guy in Dieng who we really wanted, and so we traded, we're like, Knicks, here's 3 first round picks. We'll go ahead and take them off your hands. And they're like, yeah, sure. So we have these 3 picks that we don't need because we have a billion of them to go get a guy in Dieng who is super high upside. He's definitely more of a project player out of New Zealand, played for the New Zealand Breakers this past season. Kind of struggled to score the ball a bit, but he's got a lot of upside there if he continues to work and grow. He impressed in workouts and rose up draft boards a lot. He's shown potential as a slasher, as a versatile defender too, as a 6'10", 6'9" small forward. He shows a lot of versatility. Switching defensively, can cut to the rim, gives Shai, Giddey another guy to pass the ball to, throw it to him on lobs. I like Dieng a lot as our pick there at 11. And then we still had pick 12, and we picked up Jalen Williams out of Santa Cruz, a player who has been rising up draft boards very quickly. He's one of the most efficient catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the entire draft class, which is huge. Because if y'all watch my videos, there are two things I wanted in this draft. I wanted a guy who could catch lobs and a guy who could shoot. And Chet can catch lobs, Jalen Williams can shoot. Hopefully at some point, Ousmane Dieng will be able to do both of those things. But Jalen Williams immediately comes in as an impact player. He's 21 years old, so a little bit older than some of the other guys we drafted, Dieng and Chet being much younger, like a couple years, not that much younger. But Jalen Williams is going to immediately come in and be a really tenacious 3-and-D player. He reminds me a lot of Ayo Dosunmu, who the Bulls picked up in last year's draft. I think he's going to have a similar effect. He's going to be a hustle player, play really solid defense, hit some threes, make plays for others. Just an incredible piece to pick up there at pick 12 alongside Dieng. So we got 3 picks in the lottery, 3 picks that I love. One of them we got for 3 first-round picks that really don't matter. And then at 34, we kept the pick, which is surprising because, like I said, we're going to have 20 guys on the roster. So some guys are definitely going to have to get cut, waived, sent to the G League, whatever. But we picked up, no joke, Jalen Williams, which you might think is crazy because I just said we picked up Jalen Williams. There were 2 of them in this draft and then are now both in Oklahoma City. Jalen Williams, this one out of Arizona, he was a Razorback. He's a forward/center. He's really fun. He's really versatile defensively as well. He's a guy who many people have attested to me on Twitter was super annoying to watch playing against their favorite college basketball teams. He can block shots. Player shot under 40% on 2-pointers when he was the closest defender over the course of this past season, which is incredible. He really was the defensive anchor for that team. He provides a lot of tenacity, gives us a nice big to maybe put alongside Chet Holmgren in the starting lineup, or even just add more depth at that position. He is able to stretch the floor. He struggled a little bit shooting around 30%, so there is work to do on a 3-point shot, but the workings are there. His jumper looks fine, and we really don't need him to shoot that much. If he can just space the floor out a little bit, it would help out a ton. So he was our 4th pick, and that concluded the Thunder's draft. They got the best defensive player in the class in Chet Holmgren, and my personal number 1 prospect, Ousmane Dieng, a super high upside guy at pick 11. Pick 12, they got one of the better 3-and-D potential guys in the draft in Jalen Williams. And at pick 34, they got a tenacious, rebounding hustle big in also Jalen Williams. It was an incredible draft. It was exactly what I wanted to see. And it was so cool to see Sam Presti put those picks into action. And it was so funny to see Stephen A. Smith talking about it on the draft coverage for the Knicks, talking about like, I can't believe we did this. I can't believe we didn't end up taking the pick, whatever. I apologize, Knicks fans. I really think the Thunder kind of fleeced the Knicks in this trade. It was an incredible move. I am so excited. And now you add 4 really high upside guys to what is already one of the best young cores in the league. And now you have, in my biased opinion, the best young core in the league, the winners of the draft, Shea, Chet, Giddey. It's so crazy that I can add Chet to that now. Trey Mann, Jalen Williams times 2, Ousmane Dieng, it just keeps going on. Darius Baisley, Poku, Dort. There's so many great players on this roster, so many high upside guys. This team is going to be coming very, very fast for the top. I really, truly believe that. I think this Thunder team is loaded with young talent. I'm so excited. I was really nervous going into the draft, but also very excited, obviously, because this was the night to really put things into motion. Last year, we lost a bunch. We lost by 73 at one point. But the year before, we got kind of screwed in the lottery, falling to pick 6. Of course, we got Giddey, who is incredible, so we lucked out there. But this year, we got lottery luck. We moved up to 2, and Sam Presti didn't just rest on his laurels and say, okay, we'll pick at 2, we'll pick at 12, 30, and 34. He traded pick 30 to the Nuggets to bring in JaMychal Green, who I wouldn't be surprised if he's not on this roster heading into the season. He traded 3 first-round picks to go ahead and get Ousmane Dieng at pick 11. He kept pick 12, kept pick 34. We have a bunch of young talent, and now guys can compete against each other in training camp, in summer league, to figure out who ends up on the roster when we get to the actual season. And I'm so excited. I'm going to summer league. I cannot wait to watch these young guys play, watch them kind of show out and play for their spots. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. there's not much more I can say about it. We won the draft, in my opinion. If you're wondering who else won the draft, the Pistons. There's going to be a Piston video coming up. They killed it too. But in my very biased opinion, the Thunder did win this draft. But don't just take it from me. Kevin O'Connor said so. Woj also was, raving about the Thunder as well as some other guys. Everyone kind of seems to consensusly think the Thunder had an incredible draft, which is such a good feeling. I'm super excited. Last year, so many people were like, oh, I don't know about the Thunder's draft. Last year, I told you we had a better draft than you realized, and I was completely right. This year, I'm here to tell you we won this draft. Incredible work from Sam Presti, from the front office, the scouts, whatever. Incredible work from the squad. I'm super excited for this Thunder team. We're coming quick for the top of the conference. It's still a few years away. I'm not saying it's like this year or anything like that, but with the number of great young players we have in this roster, it's not going to be long before OKC is making a push back up towards the top. Super excited. Shout out to all my Thunder fam out there. I love y'all. Also appreciate y'all getting me to 10K once again. And any of you who showed up for the draft live stream, let me know what you think about the Thunder's draft in the comment section below, as well as your favorite team's draft. I'm probably going to draft some videos grading teams' drafts, giving you my winners and losers of the draft, things like that in the coming days. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you did enjoy. I appreciate y'all watching. I will see y'all later.